Hello, Big Geeks. It's been a while. Why are you laughing at me already? Hey, Big Geeks. Welcome to a video. It's been a long time since we made a hype train. It's been a long time since you made that weird noise as well. And we're joined by Kyle of Clawhammer Supply, an amazing YouTube channel focused on homebrew and indeed home distilling.
Yeah, a little bit.
And you have very kindly brought over some amazing beer from your hometown.
Yeah.
A brewery that I requested because we've tasted these beers at festivals, we've heard amazing things about them, and we consider Burial worthy of the hype train.
100%.
But will we feel the same at the end of this video? So we're going to be diving into 4 delicious, varied beers, getting the story of Burial from Kyle, and just trying to keep it together because this is shoot number 4 of the day.
Yeah.
Woo woo!
So, Carl, I'm presuming you cold chain these the whole way in your luggage?
Sure, of course, yeah.
Just in hand luggage with you, just rubbing ice on it.
Yeah, I felt
Massaging them with ice.
if there was ever like an international beer mule, that would have been me bringing.
It'd be
these
less
beers
suave
over,
than the international art robber. Starting with find space for elevation, seek the beyond. No, wait, is that their tagline? It's very hard to tell. Perspectives from the ninth sense.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
The
question.
ninth sense.
It's called one of those two things that I can't remember anymore.
The ninth sense. So there's 5 senses.
No, there's
6
many
senses.
senses.
Well, I know there's
plus the
more,
other-
but the ninth
Yeah,
sense.
plus the other 4.
Well, maybe this beer will tell us. It's a dry hop pilsner. That's all we get. I love how American cans have 0 detail on them compared to British cans.
But it's got a skull with leeches all over it.
Yeah, there
cool.
you go. Let's get the aroma and the flavour of this first beer, and then we'll dig into Burial as a brewery.
Sounds good. Guys, thanks for having me here.
Thanks for bringing it
Cheers.
over. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
honey and lemon, really floral sweet as well, like acacia honey or something floral there.
Man, I love drinking beer with people who are like good beer drinkers, good beer tasters, because you start saying things like, oh yeah, I get that.
That's just the power of suggestion.
It's
If you
not
keep
just-
talking, eventually someone will latch onto
It's
it.
not just honey, but yeah, specific
Kind of honey. This is how I spend my evenings, just eating honey. I've got to find a new taster for the channel. And it smells great, it really does. Clean, dry, hint of sulphur, classic German, North German Pilsner, but loads of aroma to it.
So you're telling me that's not North German? That's from where in America is that from, Carl?
I believe their original brewery is in Asheville, North Carolina.
Wow.
Which is where I live.
Tell us your experience of Burial, because for us it's a hype brewery, a festival that brings lots of this pastry stuff.
You might know more about Burial than I do. All I know is Burial is the place that when I want to go get a beer, that's where I go. That's just my local hometown brewery. So like I was saying earlier, I consider Burial to be the brewer's brewery. So, right? So like Ross, for example, who works in New Belgium, loves Burial. He'll go down to Burial and drink a beer.
Right.
As well will his coworkers. So yeah, this is our local hangout.
It's great because I'm sure there's like London breweries, the people out there in the world. When we talk about Colonel being one of the best breweries in the world, we can just pop down to that tap room and have a table beer. And you go to a corner shop and you have a table beer, but to people in other parts of the world, they're like, Colonel, I wish I could try that.
Breweries everywhere are like amazing, and they become hypey if they sort of exit their local stratosphere and they go into a sort of bigger realm.
Are there British breweries that you've like sort of heard of across the pond that we'd consider like, oh, it's those guys, but you'd be like,
Gosh.
damn. I think it's a no.
Don't say Brewdog. Like, have you had Daya? Have you had Daya?
Yeah, name some
Colonel,
breweries and I'll just tell you.
Daya,
No,
Cloudwater,
no. Yes.
Track,
No.
Colonel,
No.
Verdant.
I might only be familiar with Verdant from your channel.
Ah, okay,
We've
right.
got
you're
some
welcome.
work to do. This evening's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we've got a whole fridge here at Caps and Taps behind us full of hype deliciousness, cold stored as well. So tell me about the label. So it's a heavy metal hangout.
Yeah,
right?
sure. So the thing about Burial, there are a few noteworthy things about the brewery. One obviously is the can art is like super unique. Like you said, there's a skull with leeches on it. Like that's pretty par for the course for Burial can art. A robin eating an egg. Or is it a robin eating with an egg with a hand coming out of it? Or
with like a gremlin hand.
Yeah, sure. So like really dark kind of themed. You go to the brewery, they're always playing metal, like, kind of some heavy, like some dark metal music, and if you're not into it, by the time you're done drinking your beers,
It sounds better.
It definitely sounds better. By the end of it, your several rounds you've had,
You're into heavy metal.
You usually say, yeah, I'm into this. So there's a picture of Tom Selleck and the Sloth. There's a mural. This is like pretty iconic mural. I'll send you a picture. You can put it in the Sloth.
What, is in like a three-toed sloth, two-toed sloth, or is in like sloth from Goonies?
From the Goonies, yeah.
Okay, sloth, yeah.
Yeah.
Brad got there in the end. Apparently, there's lots of the sloths.
Well, there's an animal, a two-toed or a two-toed or a three-toed sloth, or there's Sloth, the guy from the Goonies. He's got like a sort of a head like an egg.
If you're joining us from Clawhammer Supply for this video, this is how most of them go. Just so you know. That one.
Yeah, he's beautiful. He's like a muscle dude. He's got a great heart, but he's got a head like an egg.
Yeah.
What's he got to do with Tom Selleck?
Yeah.
That is a very good question. I have no idea. But there's one picture there's a mural of Tom Selleck and the Sloth. A lot of people stop there to take a picture, and then there are several other just murals of paintings. So there's one painting that I remember is a velvet painting, right? So it's I guess a painting on
like
velvet.
black art. Yeah.
It's a velvet painting of just
Like
Tom
psychedelic
Selleck himself. I'm not really
Yeah,
sure.
so like with
I don't
black
know.
light, and then it lights up on the
It's
velvet.
not,
Is that what you're saying?
black light. It's just a velvet
okay.
painting. I guess you can. I'm not a painter. I don't know. You paint on velvet. I don't know. It's a thing. It's just a thing. Trust me.
Yeah.
I can send you a picture of that. But they have a unique style.
So
They
you want to
just have a
stroke
very
it. You
unique
want to
style.
stroke that velvet painting. Tom Selleck's moustache, very strokeable.
That's true. I do want to stroke that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's about. Anyway, I've got dragged into it and I tried to avoid this. It's a very, very good dry hop pilsner.
Come on.
You don't get the dry hopped character, that powdery bitterness that you might
No.
get from a heavy dry hop. It's beautifully done.
If I was drinking that on a commuter train at 9 a.m. in Berlin, I'd be like, this is good. Life is alright.
It's a good
Life is
day.
good.
So double IPA time. I think it's the third double IPA we've had today. I've got another one straight after this as well.
Who's counting?
Who's counting? So this is called The Clandestine Quest of Nayward Creatures. West Coast style India Pale Ale.
Do you think they're making those names for SEO purposes? Like, they're quite easy to search. No one's gonna.
No, yeah. What did they used to call that? Google Whack.
Google Whacking,
Where you couldn't
yeah.
find a result.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that really happens anymore, but if you mistype that, you'd probably get a
No,
Google
yeah,
Whack.
I think all of the Google Whacks go to burial now.
Get out some pretty dark paths.
Yeah.
So guys, we do have details on this one.
Go on.
Into the Mouth of Death's Great Mystery.
Can you sing it in a death metal voice, please, Jonny?
I've got my pig, don't worry about it. Strata, Waiti, and El Dorado. So that's an interesting mix.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I do like heavy music, to be fair. Right, so double West Coaster. We want bitterness, we want caramel, but we also want lots of hop.
Double West Coaster.
I think we're going up and you set this up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Going up
7,
in ABV,
8.3,
yeah.
and then trouble. I think that 15. Oh my god, it doubles from here to there. That smells like a killer West Coast.
Yeah. Smells amazing.
Pine, citrus.
Cheers.
Yeah, great. Cheers. Man, that's Pliny good. That is light-bodied, slightly honeyed, loads of lovely bitterness, but it's not a lingering bitterness.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like maybe some lime, some passion fruit. I expected some more juice from the El Dorado, but I'm mostly getting like passion fruit, strata, and Waiti, that kind of slightly acidic liminess.
And it's 7%. I wouldn't guess it's 7%.
No way.
Yeah.
It's also crazy
I think,
drinkable.
so this is the thing about burial, that it's like it's always going to be good. Whatever you get, it's good. Like across
all
the
the
board,
styles.
across the styles, they just nail it. They seem to nail it every time.
And you said like they're the brewer's brewery, and to me that would mean that they make amazing crushable, pintable beer, because whatever brewery you work at, you're having small samples, you're tasting stuff, you're checking stuff. It's probably big beers, because breweries have to make unusual beers. So you come to burial where you know they're going to nail a West Coaster, where they're going to nail a Czech Pils.
Yeah.
German Pils. those two beers are so drinkable despite being like
Yeah.
3% apart.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's a stunning bit.
One thing that they used to do that I haven't seen as much is there used to almost always be like a Brett IPA on tap.
Right, wow, old
And-
school.
Yeah, so but you don't see that as much anymore. Asheville has turned into quite the tourist destination. My best guess is that out-of-towners come in unsuspectingly, order a Brett IPA, and
Like,
the fuck
whoa.
is this?
Yeah.
2 for 2.
2 for 2, which has happened a couple of times with our hype trains, but it's not a given by any means. So I think this is a hazy dipper. We've got powderized and liquefied, so we've got hop oils going on, Citra, and then it's triple dry hopped
Whoa.
with Simcoe, Motueka, Galaxy, Idaho 7, and Simcoe. Good lord.
So triple dry hop, they've dry hopped it 3 times. Like, what does that even mean?
That's what it should mean.
Okay.
Some people use it for like double the amount of hops, but you're like,
Gotcha.
double the amount from what?
Yeah.
So I think it should mean like
From
early
0.
fermentation, maybe late at the cold crash, and then
Yeah.
just before packaging.
Okay.
Damn.
So I think this could be a really, really hoppy number.
I'm liking the colour of that.
So hopefully there won't be any kind of astringency or powderiness. Hopefully it's going to be, all juice, but Idaho 7 can bring some, Motueka, lemon and lime, Galaxy, some pretty raw, but also very juicy characters. Idaho 7, maybe some pithy kind of character.
More importantly,
that.
Johnny,
That's
what
it.
is the name of this beer? Because they've got incredible names.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, this one is called Formed by Responses Involuntary to Experiential Stimuli.
Okay. Hello.
That is a delicious hot mess, I'd call that. Just all out of salt.
Yeah.
I just want to live in here, Johnny. I want to
Yes.
just dive in.
That smells
Can we get a hot tub
absolutely
full of this? Have we got the budget? Yeah.
Triple dry hop hot tub.
Triple dry hop hot tub.
That is juicy.
Sounds like a jazz band.
My God.
Yeah. We've talked about juicy a lot. This is what juicy is.
This might be the definition of juicy.
There's a real hint of dankness once you really get your face in it, but it is all out juice beforehand. Then it gets a bit funky, a bit sweaty and rotten, but in quite an intriguing way.
Guys, cheers.
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 Yeah, big dry hop powderiness.
Yeah.
Really lingers. I'd say that finishes a little bit too much for me, but it's worth it for the aroma that you get beforehand, kind of thing.
Mate, it lingers more than the chick from the Cranberries.
That's pretty strong. I'll allow that. Yeah. That reminds me of Monkish. Like 0 malt character, just all out hop.
Yeah.
Ain't monkeying around with that.
Yeah. Which is I think what a lot of people look for. I'd want a bit more structure, maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit more malt character. It's really light bodied as well.
Yeah, if hop was like a juice that you got, like the hop fruit juice,
Yeah.
like that, this would be it right here.
Yeah.
But no malt, really,
Just
nothing to speak of.
lacks a little bit of complexity, whereas the aroma was super complex. All 3 beer, like this isn't my kind of beer, but it's super well made. These
Yeah.
2 have been stunning.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about this next one, which is an Imperial Stout with cacao nibs, toasted coconut flakes, dulce de leche, caramel,
Yeah.
Tahitian vanilla, cinnamon, and maple smoked sea salt.
Yeah.
Oh!
A few years ago, I bought a bunch of bottles of this and mailed it out to friends just as Christmas gifts. Yes.
You're a good friend.
This is a good one. You're gonna get one this year.
Am I?
Whatever we mail out.
Until you see the postage costs. Right, this final beer is called Portal Near the Bounds of Non-Existence. I can't feel my face.
Johnny, please do the death metal singing voice again.
Yeah, there you go.
So good.
Dude.
I'm dead excited about this. We've used a lot of these adjuncts in our recent pastry style brewing. So, I mean, I don't know why I'm going to say this sentence, but let's see if Berry will do it better. You ready for the treacle pour? Oh,
Are you
okay,
ready
that's a
for
little bit
this?
lighter than I thought it was going to be. Looks respectable. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Ah!
Fudge,
Yeah.
coconut.
That's
I'm reading your mind right now. The
Massive,
alcohol.
massive desiccated coconut sort of vibes.
Yeah.
Just
that as
smells
well.
unreal.
Man.
I've never smelled something that decadent in a beer.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's burning my nostrils, Johnny. In a good way.
I could just inhale that all day. If you wore that as a musk, you know, we'd never be apart.
We'd be married right now.
Would we? to the what is it? To the bounds of non-existence.
To the bounds of non-existence! Oh shit. Oh yeah.
I mean, firstly, the finishing gravity on that must be silly. Not as silly as on the Pollo, but we're pushing 1.1. But just the coconut is incredible.
Yeah.
And that caramel, which I guess is the dulce de leche. Oh, there's also caramel in it. The caramel that's from the caramel. There is a little hint of cinnamon right on the finish.
Yeah.
That.
Spicy.
Wait. Yeah, that's straight into my top 10 imperial pastry stouts ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, more people die from getting hit on the head by a coconut every year than shark attack, Johnny. And with coconutiness like that, I can see why.
I'm glad we sat through that one. I'm going to have to verify that fact.
That is a
Before
real
people start
fact.
under coconut trees.
That's a real fact.
Citation needed.
I feel like I've been absolutely assaulted by a bounty bar right
Yeah.
now. I'm not a massive
you're
bounty bar
mugged
fan.
in the dark of night
Yeah.
with like a yard
Okay.
long Mountie bar.
It's too long. It's too much
Mountie or bounty?
Bounty.
What's a
Bounty.
Mountie bar?
Well, I wasn't sure what you said. So, Mountie bar.
Bounty. Coconut. It's a
Bounty
coconut
bar.
chocolate
Okay.
bar.
I was thinking like American candies, like Almond Joy or Mounds.
It has got
Mounds.
almondiness to it.
It does also
yeah.
have that. It's so nutty, you forget which nut it is. Plainly good, American, fucking up Pilsner, but in a joyous way. That, if you're a hophead, you will fall in love with, and that is just pastry at its best.
That gets a ding dong for me. I don't even like.
When were ding dongs our way of rating
I don't know.
this?
I think this might be the best.
It
hype
might
train.
be the best hype train we've had.
That's good to hear.
Such a breadth and a depth
And a depth
and a depth and a depth.
of amazing beer. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for bringing these
this
beers.
is
They're
a lot of
incredible. And we need to come over to North Carolina and taste this
Damn.
stuff
Dude.
bang fresh.
You are invited anytime. Doors are open.
Well, we're
Come
coming
on.
with you.
Yeah.
Coming with you right now.
We're in the hand luggage.